This is the plaintiff, Graham Capozio. He says he was hired to seal the defendant's driveway. He spent the day there. The defendant was happy with the work, and now he's having one heck of a time getting the double-crosser to pay him for his services. If the defendant thinks he's just going to go away without being paid, he's sorely mistaken. He's suing for $700, the amount he's owed. This is the defendant, Anthony Balestrino. He says the plaintiff did a horrible job because he didn't use enough sealant in the cracks and potholes. It looked like an amateur did the work with his eyes closed. He offered the guy half of what he was charging because he had to hire someone else to do the work right. The guy refused, and here they are. He's accused of not paying for services performed.
All parties, please use your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff sealed the defendant's parking lot and got stiffed. But the defendant says the job was awful. It's the case of SEAL team broke.
Thank you, Douglas. Treasure Coast Sealing and Striping?
Striping, yes.
You are suing Anthony Balestrino and Fairway One Association. You're the president of the condo association?
Yes.
For $700 that you say you were owed for some work you did on their parking lot. So
Correct.
You were working on the condo building next door.
Yes.
And Mr. Balestrino himself actually liked your work.
Yes.
And what happened?
We discussed doing the job, and we agreed. A few days later, after I did the first job, I came.
What was the agreement?
The agreement was I will do the same job for the other condominium for the same amount of money.
What was the job, though? Do you have a contract?
No, seal coating parking lot.
Is there a written contract?
No, there is not.
Why would you enter into a verbal contract on behalf of the condo association? They wouldn't want you to actually have a written contract?
We did receive a proposal.
Okay,
Our
do you have a
board went over the
proposal?
proposal.
Okay.
We reviewed the proposal. There was no signature because...
That's fine. So long as there is a written understanding of what's
Your
involved,
Honor.
that's more important. All right, seal coating. Pavement shall be thoroughly cleaned to remove all dirt and debris. Apply Star Seal Supreme Fortified Coal or tar emulsion. Lay out and restripe the parking lots. How big a parking lot is this? How many spaces?
About 23, I
Okay.
believe, Your Honor.
Fill small potholes. So the payment was $700. All right, so did you do the work?
I did.
And what happened?
What happened was the agreement was that I would spray the parking lot with seal coating, but it turned out I didn't have the spray nozzle with me. So instead of driving back to Lake Worth, I said, well, it's a small job. I'll just go one step better and I'll squeegee the whole thing, which I did.
Okay, and then what happens?
He came to me and said, how much more would it be to do the whole job over a second time? I said, same as the first, $700. He says, well, I didn't want to spend that. I said, tell you what if I came back?
Wait.
Yep.
If the job was so perfect, why did he want you to do it a
I have
second
no
time?
idea.
Well, didn't you ask him?
I'm just guessing that he thought it would be get a few more years out of the surface. That would be my only guess.
All right. Did he complain at all?
No.
When do you first understand there to be a complaint?
A few days later, but
How did you receive the complaint?
a voicemail.
By him?
Yes.
Why don't you tell me what the problem seemed to be?
Yes, Your Honor. I had asked him, he was supposed to fill about 6 potholes. Some were large, some were very small. I asked him if he brought the material with him. He did not. He said he was going to go back and get it later and come back and finish it.
The people that you hired, do you have their contract?
We had a verbal contract. I worked
What
with
kind of condo has a, you gotta stop doing that. If you're the president, listen to me, you have to have written contracts or written proposals. If you want to live your life that way and throw caution to the wind, that's fine. But if you are president of a condo association, stop making verbal agreements that aren't in writing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay? I come to you from the condo capital of the planet, Miami, Florida. Okay?
That's where I am, close to you.
Oh, where are you?
Pompano Beach.
Oh, come on. I cannot believe that you're doing, okay, I'll stop giving you grief. How much did you pay the other guy?
$1,300.
Yeah. Do you have pictures of what made you unhappy with his work?
Your Honor, I did not take pictures afterward. I didn't think we'd wind up in court. We were willing to settle with him.
What do you mean you were willing to settle with him? Maybe he's not willing to settle with you.
Evidently, he's not.
No, but why would you bank on that I just don't think you thought. You're not a litigious sort, are you?
I've been in construction, real estate business. I was a licensed builder and
No, all that's good, but where's
Contractor.
your evidence?
but I
Oh, that would be good, right?
So I've been in the business
Pictures
for
of why
a
you
long
don't
time.
want to pay him would prove you don't have to pay him.
didn't. No, I'm sorry.
And
Your
do
Honor,
you
no.
have pictures of your work?
I do.
Okay, let me see.
I filled every crack in that parking lot with sealer. Typically, cracks are filled with tar. But since I squeegeed it on instead of spraying it on,
Let me see the job of the new people.
it filled every crack in the
When you say
parking
it
lot.
filled, I can still see all the cracks.
See the cracks, but they've got sealer in them.
Before it was done.
Where if
But
you look
it
at the
still
default-
looks like, it still looks really bad. Is this how the place next door looks?
Of course, yeah. Now you have to understand there's two different projects here. If you wanted all those cracks, you come in with hot tar.
Right.
But that's not what they ordered. They ordered seal coating, nothing more.
The job you had the second people do, did you actually hire them to hot tar?
No, Your Honor. They basically did a seal coat the same as he did. The only thing is, if you look at his proposal, it says he's supposed to add sand. There was no sand added in the seal coat. The other people did add sand to the seal coat, and they did seal the cracks. We would have never gone and tried to get somebody else, go through the trouble of having everybody move their cars and repark again if he had done the job properly to begin with,
The before pictures that you took were taken before he did his job?
before he did anything.
Before he did his job. So I've also got video.
Yeah, it's the same
Come on
picture.
over here. I want to talk to you about the pictures. Now, I'm going to need you to stand right there.
That's the
And that's video.
after.
Okay. It's not great. I mean, you can still see gaps there.
But, Your Honor,
Yeah?
the seal coating doesn't fill the cracks.
Right. But you're supposed to fill the cracks.
No, I wasn't supposed to fill anything. I was supposed to spray. I was supposed to seal coat the parking lot and the
Fill
covers.
small potholes. What do
No,
you-
that's a different scenario. Now the small potholes,
But see, I'm still seeing the crack in there. I'm seeing the crack. I might not see it if you'd used a sprayer. But
no, you would have seen more if I used a sprayer. Now
that's why you always use a sprayer instead of doing the squeegee?
no, because there's two different prices. I can give you a price for a squeegee, and I can also give you a price for a spray. But since I didn't have the sprayer, I gave him the better job.
Okay, but they're not nuts. They're not going to pay you and then pay that guy double. They seem to be very happy and paid the other guy. They didn't complain about that. So why do you suppose that would be the case?
Because he wanted to rip me off. That's exactly
Okay,
why.
go ahead and go back there. Go ahead and go back there?
Can I finish on that? thought?
Yeah.
So now, if he doesn't pay me, and then he brings in somebody else, he's got 3-4 coats of seal coating for the price of whatever he paid the other guy. He questioned me about redoing the whole thing just to get more years out of it. I said, gave him a price, not good enough. I said, tell you what I'll do, I'll come back and I'll give it a nice spray in a couple of days. It'll give the chance for the first coat to harden. And I'll come back in 2 days and seal it. And he agreed for $200, which I wouldn't even start my truck for $200, but keep a customer happy. I'm coming down to do this job for this guy.
How far are you from the job?
20 miles, 25 miles.
And you've paid him zero.
We did not pay him. We offered to pay him
You offered to pay him what?
$350.
That's half of what,
Yes, Your Honor. Can I
contractor.
go through the proposal to tell you what he didn't do?
yeah.
He was supposed to thoroughly clean the parking lot. He was supposed to remove all that stuff.
What stuff?
The grass between the...
The dead grass.
The dead grass. He really didn't clean the cracks properly. He didn't clean the parking lot properly before he sprayed, so we had areas that you could still see some grass in and areas that
After he was done?
after he was done.
Okay, is that true or false?
I don't do grass. I clean the parking lot. I have these big blowers. The enemy to seal coating is sand. If you get a little pile of sand, you put seal coating, it breaks away. Nothing to do with
Well, what if there's
vegetation.
grass? You just put
And then
seal-
it's up to the homeowners to make sure that the grass isn't there. We don't spend 2 days cleaning a 1,000 square foot parking lot. That's up to him.
Your
I
Honor-
clean it with a blower, clean all the sand off with the brooms, make it all nice and clean so the asphalt will stick to the surface.
What else didn't he do? Let's put a pin in
He
that.
didn't patch the holes. I asked him about that when he arrived. Did you bring the patch? He said, no, I forgot it, but I'll go back and get it later.
And what do you respond to that?
I didn't realize that we needed to fill the potholes.
Why
so-
not? It says fill small
Because
potholes.
I just didn't see it, and so I said, well, no problem, I'll go get some asphalt and I'll come and do it.
Did you?
No, because you didn't pay me.
So, does the contractor have a right to come back and fix a job that was maybe improperly done in the first place?
I think it depends on their agreement. So
Well, they never talk about this. So if they never talk about it, does the contractor have a right to say, no, you can't hire somebody else and deduct it from my pay. Let me come back and fix it?
I think so. I think if something wasn't done right and he, made a mistake or whatever, I think he should have the right to come back and fix it.
What do you think?
I don't think so. I mean, if you get one chance to do it, you might as well do it, right?
One bite of the apple.
Yeah. if you
Okay.
can do it.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
Did you ever do the line striping, or you were ready to get?
We were done, 100% done. I'm
So
ready.
you had done the striping?
No, except for the lines, 100% done with
Okay,
the
that's
seal.
not 100. You know what 100%
With the seal
means, right?
coating, I
Okay.
was-
All right. So you weren't done with 100% of the contract because it involved line striping and filling small potholes.
And would have I been done at the end of the day with the line striping? Yes, I would. But he stopped me because he wanted to put another coat of spray down. So I said, okay, I'll come back in 2 days. For a lousy $200, I'll spray it, and then I will put the stripes down. Stripes take about 20 minutes.
Now, you had said earlier that if he wanted you to do the job over, it would be another $700. When
Yeah.
did it become $200? What was different?
The $200 would be come away from the
Can you
parking-
stay at your...
I'm Italian.
that's good. I'm Cuban. I know your
All
pain.
right. So now we got the spray wand, and I would just go down and go within 2 to 3 feet of the parking stops and spray everything else, but not touch the parking stops, because that's the tedious part, cutting in around with the squeegees.
Okay, so I hear what you're saying, that you were deprived of the opportunity to come back and do certain things. But I also hear that $700 was to include work that you didn't end up doing. I also hear you that, it would have taken you 20 minutes to do it, that it's not, the striping isn't the main part of things. But we also know, because you told us you forgot, so you got to write down notes or something, or put reminders, or that you also forgot to bring something to fill the small pothole. So what I'm going to do is use my best judgment based on, I'm not even sure based on what, because heaven forbid that either litigant have a good picture of what was done or what was done wrong. You have 6 complaints in your email and not a one picture of any of the things in the complaints. But I'm going to take all of that into consideration, as well as the part about you not having to turn your car on and come back. And I am going to order you folks to pay him $500 for his services. That's my verdict. Good luck, folks.
So the plaintiff will get $500 for his work. In effect, you really ended up with an advantage because you got 2 coats of sealant all over the parking lot.
We did pay for the second coat. We paid $1,300
Yeah, I know you
for
did.
it. He didn't finish the job. He didn't do all the striping. The job that he did do was very poor. You could see through the cracks. You could see the dirt through the cracks. You could see that the
We've
grass was
heard all
going to
this
grow
testimony
again.
in the trial.
Yeah, I know.
What's your reaction to having to pay him at least 500 of it? You okay with it?
I'm okay with it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure
you
the
could-
board will be, because we talked about it, and we felt that he should have got something for his work, his labor, and his material.
Well, you could have saved a trip to court.
Yeah, we could have.
You could have.
He could have, too.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay. Well, sir, you weren't that well prepared for this trial, but anyway, you're going to get a little bit
Do you want me
of
to stay
money
here?
for your work. Yeah.
$500. Well, it's not fair, but it is what it is. And he wasn't truthful.
Well.
I had little bits and pieces of work to do. The striping was irrelevant because I had to. He told me he wanted me to come back and do it for another $200. Put the spray down.
Maybe if you've had the sprayer in the beginning, it
Oh,
would
one
have worked out.
other comment. No
Yeah.
communications. Never a phone call. I call him, no answer. He didn't call
Nothing?
me. It would be nice to say, look, this is what we need to do. Come on down here. Let's see if we can work this out. Nothing like that ever happened.
Okay. Thank you very much.
right, thanks.
All right, sir, you must sign some documents. Harvey?
So the reason the plaintiff got the $500 here, you think, well, wait a minute, he did the job wrong, so why would he get the money? He got the $500 because the judge felt that there was some value that the customer got from the work that the plaintiff did, certainly not full value, so the judge did justice.